God bless you. It's your boy Pastor you coming to you from Second Chance Church. I pray that everybody's having a dope weekend. Man, God bless you, man. I've had such a phenomenal weekend. I celebrated my baby turning 24. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care if when she turned 54, that's still gonna be my baby. Your children are your children, man. But just to see the growth, the maturity, just to see God's hand on your children, man, it's a true blessing, man. You look so quick at how times move by, and it's like you go from you just holding them, and then it's like they holding your hand walking into establishments and things like that, and it's like, man, God is dope, man. So thank God for that. Real quick word today, man. I'm dealing with Joseph because I've been going through the chronological order of the word for 2025 as a self-study, and Joseph kind of hit me in the head again, man, where it's just like a really dope story about him and his calling on his life, and how his calling was the one that saved his family's lives. So we're going to Genesis. This is chapter 37, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to give you a quick just synopsis, a quick piece of it, because I want this to encourage you as it encouraged me. Genesis chapter 37, I'm going to pick up at the 18th verse. This is right when Joseph was sold off into slavery. And I'm reading the New Living Translation. It says, when Joseph's brothers saw him coming, they recognized him in the distance. As he approached, they made plans to kill him. Here comes the dreamer, they said. Come on, let's kill him and throw him into one of the cisterns. We can tell our father a wild animal has eaten him. Then we'll see what becomes of his dreams. I'm going to stop right there. And I want to talk for a moment. Dream on. Dream on. God, thank you for who you are. You're so dope. Thank you so much for just your grace and your mercy and your blessings, God. Thank you for life. Thank you for the activity of our limbs. Thank you for just being God all by yourself, God, and giving us a portion of your grace on a day-to-day basis to still be here. We get to live again. We get to breathe again. We get to exist again. So thank you, Jesus, for putting us on your itinerary today to wake us up today, God, for you didn't have to do it. Now, God, allow this word to penetrate the hearts of your people, including mine own, God. Remove all of me and increase all of you. Allow your words to flow through you, your servant, God, not me, my own, God. In Jesus' name, amen. Dream on. Dream on. So, real quick story. Joseph was one of the was the favorite of the litter, if you will. He had 11 brothers. One that was younger, not yet come. And Jacob gave him this coat of many colors. But what was dope about Joseph, he was able to tell dreams and interpret dreams. And he had very vivid dreams. And when he told those dreams and what they thought, he didn't even say what they meant. He just told what the dreams were. It pissed a lot of people off, even after he got sold off into slavery. But that was what he was born to do, was to be the dreamer and to tell the visions and to make it plain for people who couldn't interpret what those dreams were. After this was happened, they were going to kill him. And then they said, no, we're going to kill him. And then they put him in a system. They actually sold him off. He got sold off with Potiphar. He worked for him and had to interpret some dreams. Potiphar got mad at him because his wife lied on him and threw him in jail. He still told dreams, interpretations in jail. Said, hey, when you tell Potiphar what happened about this dream, don't forget about me. I'll tell Pharaoh what happened with this dream, don't forget about me. Forgot about him for 2+ years. Came back and said, yeah, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? This guy told me about my dream interpretation when I was in jail. Here's what it was about. He was replaced. He was put back in power. And Joseph ended up being the one that saved his family inevitably. I want to encourage you to dream on. You are a peculiar person. You're the one who people just get on. You just get on people's nerves because of your anointing. You ain't did nothing to nobody. I want to encourage you. You've done nothing wrong. Okay, let's start there. It's the calling and it's the hand that God has on your life that irritates people. You may be asking and questioning yourself, like, man, why I keep losing certain friends? Why am I rubbing people the wrong way? What have I done? It's not you. It's the calling on your life. And some folks can't handle that. Some people get annoyed and frustrated because they're not you. they're not the chosen one. And this is what's happened with Joseph's brothers, whereas they were just annoyed because he was chosen to be the favorite. And you get that sometimes. I don't have many siblings, and so I didn't have to deal with, you know what I'm saying, all of that chaos of like, oh, you the favorite or whatever. I don't care about none of that. It's you have to be confident in who you are. You have to be confident in what God called you to be and who he called you to be. And it's a matter of trying to campaign for where you are in the lineage. You ain't got time for that. You got to do what God purposed you to do and be who God purposed you to be. To all of the only kids out there, shout out to to the only children. Listen, it's a lonely life, you know what I'm saying? But it's a matter of knowing that God still has a purpose for you, because you ain't got nobody to talk to but you. Trust me, I know. Talking to yourself for a long part of your life, yeah, you get to know the Lord a lot more, a lot more intimate when it's just you and the Lord. And I think it's a matter of this time, this year, 2025, and I'm not talking about visions and all this junk and jazz, but it's ironic that I'm going through this chronological study, and Joseph here is talking about these dreams, and it's irritating people. It's making people angry. And I think about that, whereas it's a matter of that's what you're supposed to do. You got to continue to do and be who God called you to be. And so what if it bothers people? You're not working for them. You're working for the Lord. But what's so dope about this, and what's dope about Dream On, and I'm encouraging you to dream on, is because as long as you continue to dream on, you're going to continue to fulfill what God purposed you to be and do. People ask me, and not people ask me, just I can, here, I'll explain this. Some folks wonder, why do you do your sermons in your car? You got a nice home. I'm pretty sure you got quiet space somewhere, and people may assume, oh, you do it because the kid's loud, or you don't have office space, or you didn't take time to set up space for yourself in your home to do it. Some folks may even say, oh, it's tacky. He do sermons on this car. He just throwing stuff out there for the love. You never know. But here's my reasoning. I believe so much in what God is going to do in my life that I act on faith. I literally feel that when I get in this car and I sit here and I talk about the Lord, it is an act of faith for me to show to you that I'm going somewhere. Am I going somewhere? Probably not. Some mornings I am. I'm on my way to do something. But I believe that it's an act of faith to show the Lord that I'm believing and trusting that you're about to take me somewhere else. This is not my final destination. Dream on. I'm moving forward. You see behind me, I can't go backwards no further. I'm up against the house. I have to go that way. And that's the mindset that you have to have every day of your life, every moment, whereas it's a matter of you have to continue to dream on. Don't allow that dream that the Lord has given you. Don't allow that vision that the Lord has placed inside of you to die off. Not everybody's going to be on board. Not everybody's going to be popular and happy about what God is telling you to do. But you got to do what the Lord has told you to do. And that's my mindset when I get in here and I sit down and I say, yo, I believe that I'm going forward. I believe that I'm going somewhere. And when I get there, that ain't the end either. That's just the very beginning. Where I am right now does not emulate or doesn't proclaim my final destination. I got somewhere to be. I got somewhere to go. And yeah, it is quiet, but yes, I can hear clearly and more, but I can see more because nothing's behind me. I can see exactly what's ahead of me, and it's nothing but great things because you got to dream on. It's going to be irritating for some folks this year in your life to hear you. Here's the thing. When Joseph told his dream interpretations, it ruffled feathers of people because they weren't ready for what it was that God was revealing to them at that time. Sometimes when you open your mouth, and not even sometimes, when you open your mouth this year, and because of the authenticity of what you're saying and projecting out of your mouth, it's going to make some folks run off. It's going to make some folks want to sell you off into slavery. It's going to make some folks that want to turn their back on you because you are speaking nothing but the authentic word of the Lord. And I'm encouraging you to continue to do so, because here's the thing, what God has still have on your life, can't nobody take it off of you. What man meant for his harm, God turned for his good. His own brothers sold him off and tried to kill him. And just give you the quick ending of the story. When he got sold off, he ended up, they had a famine in the land. He projected and he gave a vision and interpretation of the dream to Pharaoh. He said 7 years is going to be great. 7 years is going to be terrible. In these 7 years that is great, you need to save up. So that way in those 7 years, we can ration out and still make it through those 7 years of that famine. And here's the thing right now. This time frame of your life, and I'm learning this from my wife financially, this time frame of your life, it may be all right. But you got to prepare for the times that it's not going to be great. See, we thinking everything's going to be all right and dope and all this and that, and the economy's about to boom back and things of that nature. No, you got to get ready for what the trials and tribulations and the great tribulations say in the book of Revelation, where there will be famines in the land. If you take a moment and just turn on your TV and see, like, on one side of the country, there's great fires and things of that nature, and then the other, there's great calamities happening with winter storms and things like that, and it's coming all into the, and everything is off kilter. Even here in Florida, it's unseasonably cold. Whereas as a matter in West, it just seems like pure hell on earth. But what I'm seeing and hearing about this spiritually is those embers that are taking. It's not even a matter of just the fires are just jumping. It's the embers that's causing the fires to continue to spread. It's those little flames that go up and fly off into something else and catch another flame and catch another fire to begin. And that's what needs to happen with you spiritually, that what you're speaking out of your mouth, it's going to trickle, and it's going to, and some folks it's going to land on that land and it ain't going to be no spark. And on others, it's going to catch like wildfire and it's going to begin to produce more like it. So continue to speak his word through you this year, and don't get mad and don't get intimidated and don't get sad when folks have to be like, oh, I ain't, you know, because folk can't handle true criticisms. It irritates me when folks can dish it, but they can't take it. It irritates me when folks can say what they want to say to you. You ever got folks like that? They say whatever they want to say to you, but when you say something back or defend yourself or say whatever thus saith the Lord, now you just wilding out. I can't believe you said that. It's like, well, wait a minute. When did it become fair for you but unfair for me? And it's a matter of favor ain't fair. And this is what happened with Joseph, whereas it's a matter of, I'm just telling you what the Lord has shown me. I'm just giving you the truth of what it is that I see in this dream and how the Lord helped me interpret this dream to you. Now, what you do with it, you do, but it's going to happen. And that's what I'm encouraging you. Dream on this year. Whatever your dream is, dream on this year. You got somewhere to be. You got something to do. You got somewhere to go. Dream on this year. Everybody can't go everywhere that the Lord is taking you. Your vehicle, your own physical vehicle has a maximum capacity that only certain amount of folk can fit into this vehicle. And if you continue to overcompensate for that, you're going to suffer in the mileage and the whole totality of the journey that you can travel, especially in electric vehicles. If I put too much weight in this joint, it's going to reduce the amount of time and amount of mileage that I can go to get to my destination, which is going to prolong my journey. And that's you spiritually this year. Everybody can't ride with you. Joseph had to go and do this thing by himself. And what was dope about the end of his story is that he had to turn around and bless the ones that turned their backs on him. And that's how the Lord works. You're going to be the one that's going to save the family. You're always going to be the one that has to bail it. That get irritating too. And let's talk about that for a minute. That get irritating when you're always the one where folks trick you like trash. When folks say stuff about your name, when folks talk about how you are, when folks say, oh, you think you this and you think you that, but I'm the one that you got to come to help with sometimes. And that's frustrating, but that's just the working of the Lord. And what's dope about it is he still gives you that giving heart. He still gives you that mindset to say that, no, I called you to be greater than this. I called you to not hold grudges. I've called you to still bless and love on people. This is why everybody ain't invited. Everybody can't listen. Let's stop there again. Everybody may know your address, but not everybody's invited to your address. And that's your mindset that you got to have this year. You can know where I live, but that don't necessarily mean you could just pop up. Only certain folk could just pop up on me. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not even the broadcast that needs to be shared to say like you have that privilege, if you will, to just pop up. Because just because you say, oh God, just leave me alone, Lord. See, I got that Joseph mentality now where it's like I want to say it, but it's gonna ruffle feathers. But you gotta do and you gotta dream on and you got to be about your Father's business. You got things to do this year. You got places to be this year. You got, bro, let me tell you something. You got nations waiting on your word this year. You got nations waiting on your business to start this year. Oh, they doing it all right. You have people waiting on you. There is a famine coming in the land that only people are going to survive based off what you do right now in the good time. There is a famine coming in the land, I'm going to say it again, that only people are going to survive, including yourself, in those rough times, that if you don't do what the Lord tells you to do now while it's cool, you will surely die. Dream on. I don't care what it looked like. Look, it's a tough pill to swallow. And heavy is the head that wears the crown. You got it. Greater is he. Look, you got to do what he told you to do. You understand what I'm saying? Dream on. Whatever it is this year, you need to get on it. You activate it. Start it. Stop waiting. Oh, I gotta wait for this certain time. Just go. And that's where I'm at with it. Whereas it's a matter of I'm done waiting on. I gotta wait till I get this in place. Wait. I'm go. You got to dream on, little Josephs, because in the very end, you're going to be the one that delivers the people. You're going to be the one that helps make people or help people get through the famine. You're going to be the one that's going to be like, man, God, that wasn't fair. But he's going to be able to say, I just had to take you through this. Look, Joseph went through some mess just to become, you know what I'm saying, who he was in the very end. It's like, you had to take me through all that, God, just to get me. Yeah, man. You're going to have to go through some stuff, man. I wish people would take a moment instead of pointing and assuming and thinking what they think about me and my wife sometimes. I wish people would just sit down and say, yo, can we just sit down and just talk for a minute and hear the journey? People have no idea the nights and the days and the things that it took for me and my wife to be in a place in our lives. And I'm not talking about anything grandiose or anything like that. I'm just talking about just to be sure happy. I'm talking about just to be sure joy. I'm talking about just to be sure peaceful together as a family, man. You have no idea the hell and the trials and the tribulations that we have to go through to continue to maintain our sanity. It's a matter of you, man, dream on. Dream on. I'm telling you, man, whatever it is that God has told you to do, whatever it is God has purposed you to be, dream on and continue to project the word of the Lord and get ready for what it is that's going to happen. Now, look, I'm going to prepare you because it's not a matter of, oh, it's going to be easy. You saw Joseph's story. It wasn't easy. It ain't supposed to be easy. Folk going to fall off. Folk going to fall out. But guess what? The Lord is still at the end of the journey. Like, you coming? You coming, right? Because I have something greater. They'll be mad today, but they'll be cool later. Leave them there. Leave them there. They'll be back. They'll be all right. Keep coming this way. You got to continue to do what the Lord told you to do. Dream on. Have a dope week. I pray this helped you. I pray this blesses you. I pray this encourages you to continue to dream on. And dreaming, you ain't got a lot of folks. How many dreams have you? You can dream of people in your dream, but how many folks are you laying down with? Like, all right, I'm finna go to sleep. We finna go dream. No, you dream alone. You dig what I'm saying? It's the dream. You dream alone, bro. He's calling you. He ain't calling everybody else. Everybody can go where you getting ready to take you. God bless you. Dream on.